If you liked how my game looks, and you can skip to the end to see how it will look too, in the beginning, stay. I'm about to teach y'all my settings. If not, back again, I'm back again. You know, the boy with no intro, the man with no intro, the Assetto Corsa player with no intro. But we're gonna get straight into it, man. It's been long awaited. I know it has, you know what I'm saying? Ever since I've been uploading consistently and, you know, putting out videos, I've been getting comments, what's your graphic settings, what's your CSP settings, your neck effects. I've been getting a whole lot. So we're just gonna get straight into it. I put off making this video for a long time simply because I didn't feel like my graphics was so different to the point where I could tell y'all and have y'all learn anything. But every day I'm changing my graphics and every day I'm changing my settings, and I feel like now we at a point where I can show y'all. So enough talking, you know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe. One disclaimer is I might turn the saturation down a little bit, but I like my game to be more colors, have more of a variety of colors, and not just like the gray tint that everybody at Assetto Corsa has. So mine will look a little bit different. I can't show y'all which version of CSP I have, because if you know, then you know. But we're gonna start here in the Assetto Corsa settings. We're gonna go through it. Now I play on a single screen. My monitor is only 1080p by 60, so I do limit my frame rate. You don't have to limit your frame rate, you know. It's totally up to you. But I feel like with the monitor I'm playing on and how high I run my settings, I limit my frame rate so nothing is lost. I'm getting consistently over the 60 FPS. I'm getting over 60 FPS and it's still limited. MSA off, high, 2048. Now, one thing I didn't know is that your shadow resolution and your resolutions overall, the higher you put this setting right here for shadows and reflections, is the higher quality your game will look as far as like fences and details and reflecting off the car, and you know what I'm saying, that mirror effect that everybody be going for with Assetto Corsa. I had mine on 512 by 512 and I bumped it up to 2048 by 2048, and I might keep bumping it up just to max it out. I don't know, I'm still testing that. But you see I did my reflections to the same 3 faces per frame. Now I feel like this was optimal. It was kind of like right in the middle. But when you want your reflections to be smooth, you get what I'm saying? So you don't want to go one, you don't want to go static, because then your reflection is just not gonna have any realism to them, if you ask me. And my rendering distance, I keep it on 60 millimeters, so you got a good distance ahead of you to where stuff starts rendering in and looking good. Now, post-processing filter. I either use Exquisite Pure or Pure Candy. You know what I'm saying? I like Exquisite Pure better, but that's just my personal opinion. I do have a lot of post-processing filters. I can't tell you how to get all of them. These all come with Pure, but at the same time, there's a bunch of videos out there. You can go find them, Reddit, Google. You can go find a whole bunch of post-processing filters. This was just the best one that I've seen and I've used. It is paid, but I'm pretty sure you can find it somewhere. All my settings I run on maximum because I do have a 3060. I have a Ryzen 7 3700X and I have 32 gigabytes of RAM. Now, I didn't think I could run my settings at maximum, but I can. And that's what's so great about having an RTX card. I was running my settings on very high or high sometimes, and it didn't look as good as it does now. My game never looked as good as it does now. So if you can run them as high as you can, and that's why I limit my frame rate. Mirrors, the quality doesn't have to be that great. The mirrors work fine either way, so as long as you're not at the lowest resolution, you'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? View and UI, you can switch everything. A lot of people don't notice. You can switch it to miles per hour. You can take off what you want to show and what you don't want to show. Audio, these are just personal to you. You know what I'm saying? Those are my audio settings. Control, I have all my stuff mapped. My hazards mapped. My extra options on cars mapped. My high, low beams mapped. You can come in here and map everything depending on if you're playing for keyboard. If you're playing on steering wheel controller, you can just come in here and map everything the way you want it. You know what I'm saying? Python apps, I have all of them enabled, and these are all the ones I use. I use Drone Cam for replays and Check, Soul. Soul was good, but in my opinion, Soul is not better than Pure. The custom shaders patch settings. Like I said, I can't show you my CSP and which one I'm running just because, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to that person. I can't tell y'all who that person is. But extra effects, these are my settings. My motion blur, now this is personal to me. I run Assetto Corsa's motion blur here, and I keep it on 1, along with custom shaders patch, extra FS motion blur. A lot of people will tell you to turn off Assetto Corsa motion blur. But personally, I found that 50% or 75% along with Assetto Corsa motion blur does the right amount of blurring. You can keep playing with this, you know what I'm saying? All the sliders on here you can play with, just remember to put them back, or you can save presets. I have presets from other people that people send me. This is Privy's preset, shout out to Privy. Neck effects. Now, I got this from Privy. I don't know. I never really changed any of these settings. I like my neck effects, they're perfect, as you can see here. But these are my neck effects settings. You can copy these. I'll leave it here if you like mine. If not, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot in here, and I didn't adjust any of it. I took somebody else's settings. A preview version of CSP, your rain effects will work. You will get rain on servers that have it enabled, and these are my settings. Chase camera, I disable rain because then it will be water on the screen, and I like recording videos sometimes and it messes up if you can see or not, so I disabled that. Reflections, you know what I'm saying? I left that at 512 because that's recommended. I could bump it up. Like weather effects, like I said, I am running Pure. If you run Soul, you will get many more options in this extension right here. But for Pure, all of your settings are using the Pure config in the game. Chase camera, these are my settings. I like this first chase camera to be right up on the bumper of the car so you can see a little bit over it, like a no hezi cam. And the second one, I drop it down and push the pitch back. But these are my settings. These are personally how I like my cameras. This one is close up and you can see what's in front of you. This one makes Kirby Cam another animal. I'm telling you, this second camera right here makes Kirby Cam do some wondrous, crazy things. Chaser camera, and I'm using Kirby Cam. You can find Kirby Cam, you can pay for Kirby Cam, it's all up to you. You get what I'm saying? So we got shots in the game per map. It is per map. They'll play while you're loading in, and you can also put them as your background. And you know, Assetto Corsa Content Manager has some good features. But this is how it looks for me loading in. This is nighttime. I'll show y'all daytime too, but that's Kirby Cam. I didn't touch anything. This is how it looks for me using Pure at night. I'll pull forward so y'all can see completely. This is Kirby Cam. If you see how the camera moves when I turn the wheel. Look at this guy. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so it's finally daytime, and now I can show y'all my settings and how everything looks. Now, only thing I have is, like I told y'all, my saturation might be up. I don't know why it lags and pitch sometimes, but my saturation might be up just a little bit too much. But if you use my settings and everything I showed y'all, this is how it will look. Now, what I'm not gonna do is have people revving while I'm trying to talk. But as you can see, everything is vibrant. You can see all the buildings in the distance. You can see the trees and everything. Everything is vibrant. This is how I like my game to look. Not totally like a video game, but to have some color to it. It is a video game. Let's you know. And these are my pure settings. We're gonna go through these, and then, you know what I'm saying, any suggestions y'all have, any comments y'all have, anything y'all think I could do better, or if you have any tips on helping me with motion blur, let me know. We're gonna run through these, and then I'm gonna get to driving. Y'all can see how everything looks. Now, one last mod I do want to do is pretty much white lights. So when you play on the map and at night, you can see how the lights were orange. I want to change those to white, and that's really the only big change I have coming to my settings. If we went through pure, you know what I'm saying, these are my settings. VAO is a big one. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what that does, just go toggle it, turn it up, turn it down. You'll see exactly what it does. It's really complicated to explain if you ask me, but you'll see exactly what it does. Now, night pollution, you won't be able to see any of this if I change it, but these are my settings. Lowest ambient light is how light you want your night to be. You can have it pitch black and not see anything, kind of like real life, but I still like to have some visibility at night. This is a video game. Moon appearance, stars appearance. Turn these all the way up and you'll have the moon and the stars at all times at night, at all times. Why are you revving? Like, is this somebody I know? Why are you sitting behind me? Jesus. Skylight. Clouds. Clouds, brightness, and contrast. These are two big ones. Contrast more so. Brightness is how white you want the clouds to be, but contrast is more so how defined the clouds are, how dark they are. That's a big one. You know what I'm saying? So these are my settings. And for this, I didn't change anything for my post-processing filter. I didn't change anything. So you know what I'm saying? Leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you like my settings, if you have any suggestions, I really need help with motion blur at the moment, but that's about it. Let me know, man, how y'all like my graphics, what y'all think about them.